Hi everyone and welcome to Video Journalism Interview Techniques. So before we go into the details of why we interview source talent can provide, let's just go through our course content quickly. Okay, so we've got lots of good content in topic 4. So just how we get there, unit content, study topic guides. We go into topic 4, interviewing, presenting. So please read through the overview. I'm not going to bore you with it. You can do it in your own time. And our objectives. And there is lots of good stuff in here for you. Okay. So overview and learning objectives again. Please do the reading so you understand what interviewing for broadcast news and current affairs is, because they are different. And Mark Willesee talks about that in the video a bit further down. There's some good stuff here on interviewing by Jeremy Paxman and how potent it can be. And Mark Willesee on interviewing for news and current affairs. Now this one's really good, and this one shows you a good example of the rules of third we've been talking about. Okay, our outline needs to be on the top line of our rules of third, and whether they're looking left or right, this one is looking to his right. So we have him on the left there and he's looking to his right. This is the looking room. This is the eye level where we want him. Okay. Lots of good stuff for you. There's learning activities, reflection, and more readings on narrating and presenting. So you're well on your way, and there's also a journalist code of ethics for you as well to have a read through. Okay. So I'm just going to run through it quickly for you in the PowerPoint, and then I'll show you some setups as well, which will be nice and easy. Okay, so there's some information for you on why you interview and the source and talent can provide. So essentially we want basic factual information, we want perspective and context, and we want ideas on how to approach a story, and just really important is getting the names and contact info of the interviewees. So we want to get direct quotes, and we want to turn our sound bites into long form news, and we want to elicit information, we want to comment, justify or interpret, or we want to recount a personal experience or to explore or enjoy a personality. So our interview skills. Our most important thing with interviewing is doing a lot of research. Okay, so before you go and interview someone, you need to research, and further research on the person or the issue at hand. So we need a lot of backgrounding, context, and much deeper issues. What is their message, and what do you need to do to find out? Okay, the biggest thing is planning your questions in advance. Think about their likely answers and what sort of questions will be next. Now you need to really listen, because you could possibly ask them a question that they've already answered and you'll look silly. So make sure, even though you've got your questions written down, you're going to make sure you listen and don't ask the same question twice. Especially in news broadcasts, you need to keep your questions short and tight, and to avoid long and rambling questions, because you just lose track of what you're trying to get across, and people get very annoyed with that. So short and sharp, avoid long and rambling, and hopefully you can get the same sort of responses. Now if you look at the Mark Willesee video, he talks about trying to keep answers concise, and there's a tip on how you can do that as well. Okay, I did some interviews previously with some previous students, and we start with the basics. We do a sound check. I always get the interviewees to name their name and their position at the start, and then you start asking different questions. So prepare these type of questions. You know, the 5 W's and the H: who, what, when, where, and how. Now, this is Journalism 101, but we really need to get this right. Okay, so the most important thing is a sound check to make sure you're recording and you've got a good level. And now I'll put a little video that I've previously done with some students at the end, which shows you recording on a mobile camera and a mobile phone, and how we can quickly check the sound. So the keys to a successful interview are establishing rapport. Okay, so they need to trust you. If they don't trust you, they won't answer. Now, they'll only have to talk to you if they're forced to, unless they trust you. So keep it natural by looking them in the eye, and be open and ask open-ended questions, not closed-ended questions. And just to recap on Journalism 101 again, open-ended questions allow for an answer to be open and elaborate. And a closed-ended question gives the opportunity for the interviewee just to give you a yes or no answer. Okay? No double-barreled questions, so no 2 times questions in one hit. Now maintain control and wrap it up nice and succinctly when you have to. Now you have to keep in mind where you're actually going to record this. Will it be in a studio, on location? Is it indoors or outdoors? What type of light do you have? What sort of sound will be distracting? So you're on a main highway, or are you next to a busy office? You need to consider all these things so you can get a nice clear sound. Now, these are pretty important things because they're very easy to forget. You need to check your batteries, especially on your recording device. Any adapters, anything else. You need to get your microphone there. You need to focus on the quality of recording, okay? So we don't want it rambling on. We want excellent sound so we can minimize our editing of it. Now, microphone technique is quite important. You've got to make sure that if both of you are on camera, that the levels are correct. Okay, so the microphone technique that I use a 90-degree angle on my arm, and I try to keep the microphone the same distance from my mouth as I do from the interviewee's mouth as well. So by checking the levels, keeping it to about between -12 and -6 is really good. Ask your questions and reverses the questions. So that's all really important stuff. All right. So what I'm going to do now is just get a few little clips from previous students so I can show you how they put their stories together. Thank you.
Yeah, is that literally all that's happening?
Yeah. So just paraphrase. Yeah. Just paraphrase. It's not important. Okay. So you're just going to have to ask him so you can get, just say, oh, what did you think about?
Who are you being?
He's Michelle Rowland.
Michelle Rowland. So
Yeah.
what should I say?
Just say, oh, what do you think about Morrison not talking or something, or not being at the, not being available during the election?
Okay.
And then you just go, oh, well, he wasn't around at the start. Yeah. Okay, so we're just setting this up nicely. Okay, so to release that, you just turn that. Okay, now you can go left and right. Okay, if you want to go up and down, you got that, okay?
I feel like that's really fine.
Sorry?
I feel like that's alright.
Is it? Can someone help us?
Yeah, no, that's fine, isn't it? Should I go, no?
Remember we're talking rules of thirds?
Yeah, that kind of looks like it.
And then talking space as well. I'm going to flick that into your controller.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys want to come over, please? Can you bring my little GoPro over?
Just a sec.
Yeah. Bring it over for me. Okay, so when you're framing, so let's have a look at it, okay? Guys, do you remember the rules of thirds? Now, how could she improve that rules of third?
I think it's currently a little bit wobbly.
No? Do you guys remember? I'm not that you're doing a bad thing. It's
I'm doing
just
terribly.
No. So where's the looking room for our person?
Does it need to be like that way?
Facing.
That's right. So we want it this way. See,
You have to move this
there's
whole
grids
thing.
here. No. Just move it like that.
Okay.
Okay. And now I would sit on the other side of that.
Sit where?
Yeah. So just to the side of it, like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Or actually, bring it just in front of you like that. Okay. Now we've got a medium close up now. Okay. Now we're on this line, this third on the right hand side, and the top third is his eye line. So we've got him correctly, and this is the looking room that we want. Okay. When you had him over here, he was looking over here to nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the correct spacing.
Yeah.
All right. And now you grab the microphone Probably
This
go that
way.
way. Okay,
Where should I hold it? Like there?
just down a bit. You want it in shot, but
Do
not
we?
covering. Oh, it's tilting. Now you got to lock it off. Okay.
How?
Okay. So this little.
This one?
Yep. Tighten that up. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. You don't need to do it too tight.
Okay.
Okay. And now you get him to look at you. Okay. And then just that's directional. So you want it right up there like
There.
that. Like that.
My
Okay.
arm's not that long.
There. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's do a little test. So what I usually do is I do a sound check.
Yeah.
Okay. So I press it and just ask him his name and his position.
What's your name and your position?
My name's Jake Keenan, group student.
I thought he was Michelle Rowland, but that's okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
he's that.
And then what I would do is I go back and test it.
Oh, I don't think you can hear it because.
Okay.
I think it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. You happy with that?
I'm so happy with it.
Okay. Cool. So
Okay.
let's.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what I'm asking. Oh, how does he feel about Scott Morrison not being present during the election?
Exactly.
Cool.
Okay.
How do you feel about Scott Morrison not being present during the election?
Yeah, this is a guy who wasn't there at the start, and now he's there at the end.
Perfect.
Great.
Okay. Good. So he can go now, or she can go now.
You can leave.
Okay. All right.
Is that my bit done?
No, because we got to get Bill Shorten in now. Who's Bill?
I'm interviewing everyone.
Yeah, you're the interviewer.
Okay.
What am I saying?
What am I asking, Bill?
Hey, that's a wrap up day.
You
Yeah.
can say what you want.
Wait, what am I saying? That's
so
a wrap up for the New South Wales
State election.
state election? Okay.
Okay. So I'm taller than her, so it's not framed properly now for her.
Yes, I shall adjust this.
So let's get it down. We want a nice tight triangle framing. Not much headroom.
Okay. And I'll lower the legs a bit.
No, it looks like it's her eye line's correct.
Okay.
So just get rid of some of the headroom. Just a little bit.
Oh, a little bit, okay.
That's it. Good. That looks good to
If
me.
you need to move in a bit closer, you can.
You
Okay.
can just walk in
Or
and
ask
you have
her
to.
to move
That's fine. I
more
think
towards
that's
the
okay.
camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Center it.
Yep.
See how it's wobbly? It's wobbly.
Is it locked in properly?
I thought so. I could be wrong.
It's locked in.
Okay.
now. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Where do I hold this? Like here?
Just hold it right there. Yep.
Okay.
Still a bit on the side, so
Just
you
center
can
it. Yep.
center it a bit more.
Hang on.
So it's locked off a bit. It's locked. Let's just turn that. There we go. Okay. All right. So, are you right to go?
Sure.
Okay. So you just say recording. Go for it.
And that's a wrap up for the New South Wales state election. I'm Ashley Say, reporting for the Source News.